All right, we're back. Welcome back, you Inglorious Bastards and Magnificent Bitches. It is I, Doc Camo, and we're back for another thought of the day.
It has
It
begun!
has begun. Today we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the current crypto crash and why you shouldn't sell.
That's how winning is done!
That I think it's being manipulated to make you sell so the rich can stay rich.
Winning? No.
I also think that we're going to be talking about Hamas. They've released terms for ceasefire. We're going to go over what those are, regardless of where you are on that conflict. We've been talking about it, so we're gonna continue giving you updates. 12 states have stopped these shitty ass unemployment benefits. I mean, they really are fucking crazy. They cause fucking hyperinflation. They're fucking we printing too much money, and now people want a fucking minimum wage raise because that hyperinflation, which is going to trigger more hyperinflation, and it's going to tank everyone's fucking savings. That's what they want. They want the Great Reset. They want you to have to follow their system. They want you to sell off all your fucking crypto, all your Bitcoin and shit, and fucking keep it. It's just what it is. What it is, which is the why we need to fucking stay strong and help each other out. And with that in mind, I need you to please like, share, subscribe, leave a review, do whatever the platform, the chosen tools on the platform that you listen to us or watch us on offers you, because it really helps boost us up in the algorithm and shares us content out there.
Winning!
The best way, again, is to www.that'sapoint.squarespace.com and join the email list and or become a member for extra benefits. We've been slowly uploading clips, and we're getting to the point Saturday it should go live where all the clips back a little bit, but not just for like a couple weeks will be up there, and then all the current clips will be caught up, and then the new clips will be added, and then we'll slowly start adding backlog of clips because that's what you guys like the most. So we're going to be adding the clips to the website as well as the other member benefits that you get. I mean, the clips you get either way, but the email list, you get an email when shit goes out, shit goes live, and it's the best way to help us out. We can go to the merch store and buy some merch, and with that in mind, we got the Like a Government shirt here. It's gonna it's self-explanatory. You can look at it. We're gonna give this away at the end of the month. We're doing a free shirt a month to one lucky subscriber. We're gonna pick one of you guys at random, and when we're done, we'll email you out or whatever, and contact you and get your size and stuff, and send that on out to you. So be looking forward to that. But without further ado, let's get into this first story. Hamas, right? Hamas lays down its terms as it calls for a ceasefire, gets louder. Beersheba, southern Israel, as the international community ramped up pressure for a ceasefire during senior Hamas officials laid out the conditions on Wednesdays for a truce with Israel to end the current cycle of bloodshed in the Middle East. But after Israel's repeated instance that airstrikes on Gaza would continue until Hamas stops firing rockets, the militant group's terms seemed unlikely to bring a breakthrough, and Israel's officials were non-committal regarding a potential ceasefire.
Winning? No.
Okay, so what are their terms? As the fighting continued for a 10th day, officials in Gaza said 219 people have been killed by the intense Israeli airstrikes, while Israel reported 12 dead from the ongoing barrage of rocket fire from Hamas. The airstrikes continued. I mean, Hamas, if you really want terms for a ceasefire, you're gonna have to offer to get stuff, and you can't just be like, "I want this, that." That's terrorism. That's not fucking demands or like offers for a ceasefire. That's demands. The airstrikes continue in Gaza overnight, with the Israel military saying it had attacked. Yeah, look at that down on the corner. It's good. The Israel military said it attacked dozens of underground Hamas targets. Hamas allies. This ad blocker sucks. I need a new ad blocker. Let me know down below a good ad blocker. What you guys use that works pretty good. Hamas and its allies continue firing rockets from Gaza at Israel, launching at least 50 on early Wednesday, 10 of which fell short in Israel. The Israel military said Hamas officials confirmed that the group's negotiating position to CBS News on Wednesday, saying it would only stop launching rockets at Israel if two conditions were met, both pertaining to Jerusalem, that Israel forces and police agree to never again enter the Al Aqsa Mosque, as they did earlier this month, and that Pakistanis living in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood in disputed East Jerusalem not be evicted by Jewish settlers from homes their families have lived in since 1950s. I mean, the second one I agree with, that should happen. Israel military would not come on any plans for ceasefire on Wednesday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has shifted his tone in recent days, saying on Tuesday that he was holding assessments of the situation and were making decisions after unambiguously stating for days that the attack on Hamas targets would continue, if not expand. Exactly a week ago, Netanyahu's defense minister said the attacks on armed groups would increase until the rocket fire stopped, and he indicated that Israel wanted to destroy Hamas's capacity to carry out any future attacks bound to establish total long-term quiet for Gaza. And this sounds like I've been saying, this sounds like a full-on military excursion, and I don't think we've reached the point where peace is even possible yet. So, but we'll see what we get there.
Yeah.
Washington also appeared to be ratcheting up the pressure on Israel with President Biden. Oh, wait, actually, on Wednesday, however, Council Member France said it would propose a new resolution along with Israel's neighbor Jordan and Egypt calling for a ceasefire and a renewed push for the two-state solution. The establishment of an independent state of Palestine alongside Israel to address the underlying cause of conflict. I mean, that sounds like a pretty fucking decent idea. Washington allowed appeared to be ratcheting up the pressure on Israel, with President Biden telling Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in a phone call on Wednesday morning that he expected a significant de-escalation today on the path to a ceasefire, according to the description of the call for the White House. Meanwhile, Palestinians in Israel and the occupied West Bank have taken to the streets to the biggest protest seen in years to announce Israel for its military assault on densely populated Gaza Strip. I mean, this makes sense. Is Palestine not a recognized nation? Because that would, I mean, it's the Jerusalem is really what you're going to have to settle, because that's what this fight's truly over. It's not over what the state is. It's over which government or which religion controls that holy city. So let's just be real on that. Many Palestinian businesses remained closed on Tuesday as an organized strike coincided with the so-called Day of Rage protests. 4 protesters were shot and killed during clashes with Israel forces. We are trying to give one message that we are one people, one country, one land for the whole Palestinians, protester Maysoon Ali, 55, told CBS News at demonstrations in Ramallah in the West Bank. But the violence showed no signs of yielding in the southern Israel city of Beersheba near Gaza. Alarms sounded again on Wednesday to warn the new salvo of rockets coming from the tiny Palestine enclave. Resident Sliav 40 told CBS News he wasn't worried. We live here a long time. We've used this kind of trouble. Civilians here in Israel need to do what they do best, protect themselves, and let the Israel military win. One of the big questions that remain unanswered Wednesday is what Israel's government would deem a win. I mean, that's a good question, because I'm not for Israel and I'm not for Palestine. I think the whole fucking fight should end.
That's how winning is done.
It's over the city. The Palestinians, if they want to govern themselves, they should govern themselves. But if we just, here's your nation, Palestine, and Jerusalem's still in Israel, that's going to be a problem. And if we take Jerusalem from Israel, that's going to be a fucking problem. And that's the real fucking problem we got to address. I'm just fucking saying. All right, moving right along into this crypto thing. Like I was saying earlier, crypto's been crashing all across the board. This isn't the time to panic and sell your crypto. This is the time to buy more crypto.
That's how winning is done.
Crypto is now affordable to you. None of these big companies that are causing this crypto crash are selling any of their fucking crypto. None of them. They're trying to make you panic into selling that bitch.
Winning. No.
So they can fucking rake in the money. But let's get into this Al Jazeera fucking article. So crypto crash, Bitcoin, Ether, Dogecoin prices all nosedive. So this is what's happening after Elon Musk and now China saying that they're banning Bitcoin because they're having their own state coin. Like that the state coin is shitty. Like fuck you. That the Bitcoin is decentralized. That's the fucking point. The rest of crypto is decentralized, which is the whole fucking point. So fuck off. But anyway, Bitcoin fell almost 22% on Wednesday, while Ethereum sank 40% and Dogecoin lost 45%. These are huge fucking tanks, but they're still fucking up there. Well, I mean, Dodge is new, so it's not up there. So it's definitely the time to buy into Dodge. And if you can buy into Bitcoin or Ethereum, even if it's cheap, it's cheaper now. Even if you buy Satoshis and you buy fractions of them, you're going to be making off better than you would otherwise. But don't take my word for it. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, make your own decisions. Talk to an expert.
That's how winning is done.
Because it's not my. I don't want you to fucking dump your savings, lose, and then blame me. The crypto bubble that inflated Bitcoin's value past 1 trillion and added billions to nonsense digital tokens overnight is bursting. Bitcoin plunged almost 22% to 35,000, wiping out more than 50 billion in value from the coin's peak market value. It all erased all the gains it clocked up following Tesla's Inc. I mean, that was fucking 35 million. It was when I checked earlier today on Robinhood, it was already back at 40. February 8th announcement that it would use corporate cash to buy the asset and accept it as a form of payment for its vehicles. Ethereum, the second biggest coin, sank more than 40%, while the joke token Dogecoin lost 45%. And it's not a joke token, it's the people's currency. Listen to the Doge, father. I'm just joking. Bitcoin is now down more than 50% from its record of almost 65,000 set in April, fueling the volatility is Tesla's CEO Elon Musk, whose social media utterances have whipsawed the crypto community. A statement from the People's Bank of China on Tuesday reiterating, stop moving. The digital tokens could be used in form of payment, added to the sell-off. The sell-off dominated markets chatter on a day when the equities also were tumbling, and the Federal Reserve was set to release minutes from its latest meeting. Crypto trading was trending on Twitter, where critics and fans alike were in the tither over the rout. Critics had warned for weeks that the moves in crypto assets were unsustainable and a sign of a sell-off would lead to a rut. I mean, they did that on purpose, so these big, large institutions like Visa, MasterCard, and stuff can buy up all the crypto because they want to keep the same stupid credit debt system that they have, and they want to make you a fucking debt wage slave.
Winning. No.
This is going to the first welcome to crypto, so you got to buy, don't sell. This is the crypto, but don't take my word for it. Go to get, but I'm buying. That's all I'm saying. This is going to be first. Welcome to Crypto Day. For a lot of news entrants, said Stephanie Olet, chief executive co-founder of Financial. The history of the asset has been littered with aggressive rallies and sickening sell-offs. Chart watchers pointed to key technical levels that have failed. Yeah, it's Crypto Day. Go buy out. From a technical standpoint, the indicators are flashing red, said the senior analyst quote in Glen, Switzerland. The next important support level stands near 37,000, then the 30,000 mark. There is a chance that we see a pullback to these levels and even below, at least in the short run. Cryptocurrency linked stocks also dropped, with Coinbase Global Inc. falling 5.2% in the U.S. pre-market trading, and Marathon Digital Holdings Inc. slumping 12%. Then there's Musk, the Doge father himself,
Winning.
with his often cryptic Twitter posts moving millions. The Tesla chief has become a Svangali-like character in the world of crypto. Bitcoin embarked on its multi-month rally following Tesla's February announcement, soaring to its 64,870 peak in the large part due to the company's embrace. Wiped out. At the time, Tesla's acquaintance had hauled as a watershed moment for the coin, with many in the crypto world seeing it as yet another step in the evolution. All that's being wiped out after Musk sent investors into tizzy following a massive head-spinning tweets that started last week when he criticized Bitcoin's energy use. Tesla would suspend car purchases using the token, he announced, calling recent energy consumption trends insane. That's because he's trying to prop up the Dodge. He announced calling it, and he's not selling it, so he's probably trying to manipulate the sell-off. So don't be afraid to sell your shit. It's going to go back up. Over the weekend, after instituting his EV company may have sold its Bitcoin holdings, he spent out tweets clarifying that it had all of which he trades gambling. Visa and MasterCard are operating with crypto. It is going to go back up. They're trying to make you panic sell so they can fucking buy it. Realistically, it's not the first time Elon Musk's tweets have been erratic and frankly wrong, said executive director of Crypto Hedge Fund ArcFund. The crypto markets are extremely emotionally driven, and their participants are prone to overreacting to events that perceive as negative. Yeah, so that don't overreact to the perceived negative events, and hold on to your damn coin. Hold on to your hard assets. If gold went down, are you going to sell your gold? Or are you still going to hold on to it for the later day? If you're into those precious metal stuff, are you going to hold on to your stocks? Or are you going to sell your stocks? It's not like crypto is a long con. It's a long game. It's a long hustle. Like, you have to, that they do the same thing with stocks, with the hedge funds, and they tried to do the same thing with GameStop. Don't fall into the victim path. Don't panic, sell your shit, and lose.
Winning. No.
You suck.
I mean, I wish I bought